He is the fastest qualifier of the heat race. He will also go to the dash. Sweet may have an opportunity here to get that ace in the hole and start on the pole of the FK Rodin's dash. We'll see what happens here, Brad, as we go to the green flag in TJ Ford's heat race number 1.
Track race into turn 1. Brennan Crouch downstairs. Galloway upstairs. Going to try to do the dime move, but Brennan Crouch looking good. And here comes Brad Sweet chase.
From the ace in the hole is Brad Sweet. Brennan Crouch leads lap number 1 here in his Thunderbowl Raceway debut. The Lubbock record number 1 car makes the way around the outside in turns 1 and 2. Brad Sweet around the bottom. Shane Galloway runs 3rd. Caleb Henry 4th. And Chris Wyndham from row 5 is now into a transfer spot in turn 3.
A super slider around the outside goes Caleb Henry, and back around Chris Wyndham. Your race is on for the final transfer spot, Chase.
Chris Wyndham looking good here. Hasn't been to Tulare since 2010 without the wing on top of the race car. He makes the pass on Caleb Henry into the 4th spot, so Chris Wyndham 9th to 4th in a handful of laps here in heat race number 1, and Caleb Henry nearly lost the handle on the race car in turn 3.
A little kiss to the left rear. Caleb Henry almost parked it in turns 3 and 4 as this field starts to spread out though, Chase. Now here comes Spencer Baston out of nowhere.
Spencer Baston, 2 years ago when the Outlaws were in town for 2 nights, he led laps in both features, got into an incident in both of those races. Baston knows his way around the Thunderbowl, tries to find a way around the outside of the 17 of Caleb Henry. Baston gets a run down the back straightaway, looks to the inside of Caleb Henry. Final transfer spot battle is on. Baston has it in turn 3.
Baston kind of floats the middle. Henry tags the berm to the infield. He starts the backside like Michael Jackson, because here comes Caden Steele as now up front chase. Here comes Brad Sweet.
Sweet trying to put a move on Brennan Crouch here with 2 laps to go. Looks to the inside, but Crouch has momentum down the front straightaway, maintains the race lead. Crouch trying to win his first heat race of the season with Kubota Highlander Racing. Can he do it? Brad Sweet hot on his heels into turn 3. Here comes the slider, Brad.
A super slider from the big cat. Brad Sweet, white flag, 1 to go.
Brad Sweet has the ace in the hole. Can he hang on for 1 more lap around the inside of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2? Back straightaway, Crouch is still there. If he rips the lip good down, and he's going to go to the middle. Crouch to the inside, throws a slider back at Brad Sweet. Drag race to the line, and Crouch, who was it? Sweet got him, I think. Did Sweet get him?
Brennan
Crouch did.
Brennan Crouch, .005, 5 one-hundredths of a second, Jace.
5 one-thousandths of a second.
5 thousandths. Thank you.
Brennan Crouch wins by 5 one-thousandths of a second to deny Brad Sweet the ace in the hole. And Crouch with an aggressive maneuver to get by the 5-time World of Outlaws champion, current points leader with Kubota Highlander Racing in his Thunderbowl Raceway debut. Post Malone with better now as Kyle Larson and Cole Macedo lead the field to green, and DMI heat race number 2 are underway, Brad.
Kyle Larson's going to get the nod through turns 1 and 2. Here comes Brent Marks taking a little peek to the inside of J-Mac as everyone fans out down the back straightaway, Chase.
DJ Neto clipped the wall off of turn number 2, going to lose a spot to Jamie Veal. Now he's outside of the top 5, and Neto's got to get back on the horse here. Gets back around the outside of Veal, now in the back pocket of Bud Kading. They all go to the bottom. Neto has the top wide open for him. Works back to the outside of the Williams Motorsports number 0 car. Takes the 6th spot back away.
Larson's going to climb the wall in turns 3 and 4. Cole Macedo not close enough to capitalize. A close call for your 3-time Knoxville Nationals champion. He's going to float the middle, kiss the curb off of turn number 2. Larson's fighting with the concrete here at Tulare.
DJ Neto makes the move around the outside of Tanner Thorson. Move DJ Neto into the final transfer spot. Neto now tight on the cushion in turns 3 and 4. Thorson fighting back to the outside, or to the inside, I should say. Neto has 5th. And after a rough start to this race, Neto is clawing back to life here late in this one.
The former King of California is trying to get the top working in his favor as he looks to the inside of Brent Marks. Nothing doing there. Meanwhile, up front, Kyle Larson's throwing his keys on the counter and is checked out of the building.
Kyle Larson looking strong here in this one. Has hit the wall a couple of times, and now Tanner Thorson's gotten back by the 88N of DJ Neto. Moved Tanner Thorson back into the top 5, the final transfer spot. Now Neto going to try and find a way around him. Goes to the outside into turn number 1 like we saw him do a few laps ago. Gets a good run to the outside. Tags the cushion, but Thorson too strong off the inside.
Former teammates back a few years ago for the Trophy Cup, duking out for the final transfer spot. Thorson has it. Neto wants it. Down the front straightaway chase. DJ Neto giving everything he has. And the Neto WAG 88N. Here comes the run off of turn number 2 as Thorson's off the pace.
And Tanner Thorson has an issue as the white flag is in the air. Will we go yellow is the question, and it looks like Thorson will pull it into the infield. We will stay green as Kyle Larson comes through 3 and 4, and he will win heat race number 2 by a straightaway over the 21 of Cole Macedo, the 83 of James McFadden, the 19 of Brent Marks, and the 88N of DJ Neto.
Good stuff for the final transfer spot in that one. Off at turn number 4, let him hear ya. Young Money, Kyle Larson in car number 57.
Larson gets the win. He goes to the dash. Cole Macedo finishes up in 2nd. 3rd and going to the dash, the 83 of James McFadden. 4th, the 19 of Brent Marks. 5th, the 88N of DJ Neto. And then behind those guys going to the B or the C main, Jamie Veal, Bud Kading, Sean Becker, Ashton Torgerson, and Tanner Thorson, and then Tanner Holmes will round out the flag in BR Motorsports heat race number 3. Corey Eliason and Rico Abreu. Here we go to the green flag. We're underway. A little bit of a wonky start right there from Eliason. Going to try and slide up the hill, but Abreu's going to have the race lead down the back straightaway. Rico shows the way.
Around the outside. Rico Abreu does a little protector mode in turn number 3. And here comes Sunshine around the outside of Corey Eliason.
Tyler Courtney now in the same position as Brad Sweet earlier on. If he can get by Rico, he would be in the FK Rodin's dash, would be on the pole automatically with that ace in the hole. Can he get up there and challenge Abreu for the top spot? Abreu, former Trophy Cup champion. Tyler Courtney has been here before, but not nearly as much experience as Abreu around this place.
Courtney pedals hard, turns 3 and 4. A little diamond move coming into effect by Sunshine. Turns 1 and 2, trying to rope in Rico. Races on for the 5th spot. Sanders upstairs, Justin Peck downstairs. Move Justin Peck to the inside. A little chop across the nose.
Justin Peck, new paint scheme and all, makes the move on Justin Sanders. Moves into the top 5. Justin Peck now up to 5th and looking to track down Dominic Scelzi. Sanders has to get back up on the wheel. Not too far behind him is the 73 of Ryan Burnell. Burnell going to try and work to the inside. Picks up the left front tire. Cannot close in on Sanders. But looked like Peck right there may have hit the wall off turn 4, and Sanders closes back in.
A little kiss to the concrete down the front straightaway. Sanders trying to make something happen as Ryan Burnell trying to rope him back in. Sanders going to power into turn number 3. I think Peck might have knocked the drag or the W-link out of the right rear. She's laying hard down the front straightaway. They crisscross down the front chute chase.
Yeah, Peck now back into that 5th and final transfer spot. Here comes Ryan Burnell. He's right there in the mix as well. 3-car battle for the last transfer spot. Meanwhile, Sunshine closing in ever so slightly on your race leader, Rico Abreu. Can he make the pass and start on the pole automatically of the dash tonight? They're going to have one lap to decide it, this time by off of turn 4, and he's right there, Brad.
Rico climbed the wall a little bit off the exit of turn number 4. Goes into protect mode in turns 3 and 4. Here comes Sunshine. Tyler Courtney all over the back end of Rico Abreu.
Down the backstretch, Abreu puts some separation between himself and the Spire Motorsports 7BC to the inside. Final corner, last desperation maneuver. Can't do it. Rico's going to get the win. Abreu wins BR Motorsports heat race number 3. Tyler Courtney second, Corey Eliason third, Dominic Scelzi fourth, and Justin Peck in fifth. Your results from heat race number 3. It's Rico Abreu getting the win. In car number 24, he will go to the dash along with the second place finisher of Tyler Courtney in 7BC. Also in the main event, the 8 of Corey Eliason, the 41 of Dominic Scelzi, the 13 of Justin Peck, your final transfer. The rest of these drivers will go to either the B or the C main. Justin Sanders, Ryan Burnell, Justin Cox, Dawson Faria, Dominic Gordon, and Jesse Adard will go to the C main out there. Going to cross them over, so Tanner Carrick and Zeb Wise now in that third row. We're coming to green this time by Corey Day and Landon Brooks. Going to show the way in winner's performance heat race number 4. A little bit of an interesting start there, but it looks like it's going to fly, Brad, as we're underway.
Through turns 1 and 2, Corey Day through the middle, Landon Brooks downstairs. We got a race for the final transfer spot down the back straightaway, Chase.
Yes, we do. Zeb Wise has the spot for now. Here comes Jock Goodyear to the inside, and his USA Racing debut makes the slider happen on Zeb Wise, takes the spot away, but now Tanner Carrick will take it right back away. So that 5th position just had 3 drivers occupying it on that one lap, and Goodyear finding the Tulare cushion right there off of turn number 2, trying to get by Tanner Carrick for 5th.
Jock Goodyear getting close and personal with the Tulare concrete, tries to rip around the outside. That's the race for 5th. Race for the lead, a super slider from Landon Brooks. Here comes Corey Day. It's a replay of Trophy Cup last year.
Landon Brooks so very good in this Shannon Wheatley number 45 car. Does not have a ton of experience here at the Thunderbowl, but he looks strong in this heat race. Threw a slider on the 5-time winner this year with Kubota Highlander Racing, that being Corey Day. Day now squirts away with the lead. Brooks runs in 2nd. Bloomfield is 3rd. Carrick is 4th, and now PPM has gotten by Jock Goodyear, but Goodyear is not afraid of the concrete of the Thunderbowl there, Brad.
He had a good talk with it underneath the parade lap. He's going to rip the lip, drives it in hard. Him and Rod Tyner must have had a good pep talk around the outside in Thunderbolt fashion. Jock Goodyear to P5.
Goodyear looking good. You'd think he'd been here a couple of times, but no, this is his first ever start in the United States of America. The 2023 Australian Sprint Car Champion. Parker Price Miller back to the inside, trying to take the spot away. Goodyear hooks the cushion, maintains the transfer spot, and we got 2 laps to go this time. Mike and Goodyear hang on.
2 laps go. Goodyear goes in protect mode, lifts the front end up off the ground at the exit of turn number 4. Jock Goodyear, that's how you manhandle the Thunderbowl Raceway, as now he goes in protect mode in the transfer spot, this time by white flag. 1 to go, Chase.
1 lap to go for Corey Day to the start finish line that time by, looking for another heat race win here in winner's performance heat number 4. Brooks runs in 2nd. He is not challenged by the 3rd place car of Dylan Bloomfield. Final time and it turns 3 and 4. Brooks throws it in there, but not going to be close enough to make a move. Corey Day gets the win. Brooks ends up in 2nd, 3rd goes to Bloomfield, 4th to Carrick, and 5th at the line. Jock Goodyear going to hang on and make the show in his USA debut against a 44-car field at the Thunderbowl. Impressive stuff from him. Corey Day wins it. He goes to the dash. Landon Brooks ends up in 2nd. 3rd is Dylan Bloomfield. He also goes to the dash. Tanner Carrick 4th, and Jock Goodyear in 5th. Parker Price Miller, Casey Kane, Zeb Wise, Gage Garcia, Michael Facino, and Caleb Montgomery heading off to either a B or a C main event here tonight. And how about that? Jock Goodyear. Talked to him a little bit earlier on this afternoon. It's somewhere, just an absolute legend, especially without the wing on top of the race car. He's done some incredible things in his career. Now he's handed the reins over to his son. Got his start running micros at the Plaza Park Raceway, not too far up the road in Visalia. HinderCars.com page, we're going to pull into the infield. So of the 11 initial starters, we're going to have 8 of them, 3 scratches. It's Eid, Faria, then we've got Torgerson and Garcia, Gordon and Facino, Adard and Montgomery. Be the 8 cars. As we head to the chalk stripe, we are underway in tonight's C main event.
Good job by Mariah Yeed into turn 1. Here comes Dawson Faria. They're going to bump Hoosiers through turns 1 and 2. Everyone's fighting for every inch to get into tonight's B main.
Close call right there as they nearly crashed each other into turn 1 on the initial start, but Mariah Ead's going to lead lap 1 of the C main. Dawson Faria wheels up off the 4th corner right behind her in the back pocket. 2K Gage Garcia is there as well, and Dominic Gordon. So the battle for the final transfer right now between Faria and Garcia, the 12B and the 2K.
Gage Garcia full send mode into turn number 3. Garcia got his first ever sprint car win right here last season with the King of Thunder sprint cars, as Michael Facino is going to retire car number X1. Chase races on for P2.
Yeah, Dominic Gordon in the mix as well, as Garcia slides up to the cushion. That's going to open up the inside for Dominic Gordon. He slides by and takes over the 3rd spot. So Dominic Gordon is up to 3rd and 1 spot shy of a transfer, looking to track down the 12B of Dawson Faria.
Up front, it's all about Mariah Each. She just turned her fastest lap last time by. This time by, Dawson Faria turned his fastest lap as everyone's kind of spread out right now, Chase.
They certainly are, as Caleb Montgomery is working on the 53 of Jesse Adard down the back straightaway. That's the race for P5. Not able to make the pass right now is Montgomery, but Mariah Eid looking nice and steady up front right now in 14E.
All of a sudden, Dominic Gordon is starting to find another gear in car number 10. Richard Brown spinning the wrenches on that as a little bit of smoke comes out the left side of the 12B of Dawson Faria. This time by 6 laps down, 2 laps to go, Chase.
Dominic Gordon making his way around the outside of the racetrack in 1 and 2, trying to find something to catch up to the 12B of Faria, but it does not look like it's going to work out for him. They're coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go. Faria slips up off the inside of the racetrack right there. Gordon able to close in just slightly.
Right. Checked out in this one in car number 14E. Faria a little sideways off the exit of turn number 2. Here comes Dominic Gordon. A bomb attempt in turn number 3 is going to come up short.
Checkered flag, or Eads going to get the win, and it's a close call at the line, but Dawson Faria hangs on to the 2nd spot in the C main event. So Mariah Eid gets the win. She will transfer to the B along with the 12B of Dawson Faria. It's the end of the night for these drivers. Dominic Gordon, Gage Garcia, Jesse Adard, Caleb Montgomery, Ashton Torgerson, Michael Facino, Jacob Allen, and Tanner Thorson. Next on the race program, it is the FK Rodin's Dash. 7 laps is the distance. The top 8, or the 8 finishers, wherever they finish in this race is where they will start in tonight's 35 lap.
To the big cat.
Brad Sweet looking to start on the pole of tonight's feature event if he can get the win. And if he can win tonight's feature, it'd be his first win in 3 months with Kubota Highlander Racing, but he's got to hold off Rico Abreu. Dylan Bloomfield has made his way to the 3rd, Corey Days to 4th, and Kyle Larson from 8th to 5th.
Sunshine Tyler Courtney had a little stumble moment in turns 3 and 4, open up the door for Corey Day. Now here comes the 14 car, the defending Trophy Cup champion, trying to hook, line, and sink the 83V.
Looks to the inside, shows the nose to Dylan Bloomfield. He knows he's there now, but cannot make the pass quite yet. Rico maintaining the pace in the Napa Auto Parts number 49 car of Brad Sweet. That time by 4 laps to go in the FK Rodin's Dash for Sweet as he works the cushion off of turn number 2.
Corey Day is trying to get the slider line worked into effect in tonight's dash, testing the waters for later on in the main event off of turn number 4. 4 laps complete for the big cat.
Corey Day off the inside in turn number 4, nearly got up alongside the 83 of Dylan Bloomfield. Once again, pulls up next to him in the center of turns 1 and 2. Can't make the pass. Bloomfield maintains the 3rd spot, and Bloomfield not too far off the pace of the top 2 right now. Brad, he's keeping pace with those guys.
Absolutely, Dylan Bloomfield doing a great job. A little slip of the grip in turns 3 and 4. Shuts the door on Corey Day. Good IQ move by Dylan Bloomfield on that one. Took the air off the nose of Corey Day. Here comes Kyle Larson. This time by white flag, 1 to go. Take us home, Chase.
1 lap to go for Brad Sweet with a 8-car length lead over Rico Abreu as they work into turns 1 and 2. Back straightaway for the final time. The 2008 Trophy Cup champion going to be on the pole of tonight's feature. It's Brad Sweet getting the win. Rico Abreu 2nd, Dylan Bloomfield 3rd, Corey Day 4th, and 5th goes to Kyle Larson. Your results from the FK Rodin's Dash. Getting the win and on the pole of tonight's feature, it's Brad Sweet in the 49. 2nd goes to the 24 of Rico Abreu. 3rd, the 83V of Dylan Bloomfield. 4th, the 14 of Corey Day. And 5th, the 57 of Kyle Larson. James McFadden finishes in 6th. 7th was Tyler Courtney. And 8th goes to Brenham Crouch in car number 1. Well, Brad, next thing on the race program, it is the B main. 12 laps the distance. The top 4 finishers will go to tonight's main event. Leave here not too happy as we head to the green flag of the B main.
Side-by-side turn one, Caden Steele's going to get to the left rear. Justin Sanders, we're 3-4 wide in the back of the pack. And up front, here comes PPM Chase.
Parker Price Miller to the inside of Caleb Henry. Can't make the pass. Now here comes Justin Sanders. 3 wide for the race lead off at turn number 4.
Turn 4, Justin Sanders starting to check out in the Demo Mutri 2X.
Sanders leads the first 2 laps of this one. Caleb Henry running in second. Parker Price Miller in third. Fourth spot at this point in time is the 121 of Caden Steele.
Casey Kane trying to rope in and go forward in car number 9. Veal a little squirrely off the exit of turn number 4. Casey's going to try to bang the boards around Tulare. A rip around the outside. Tries to find some momentum as Veal shuts the lane down.
Jamie Veal still has that spot. That is for P6. And here comes Casey Kane. Tries to float the middle. It's going to work for him. Draws to the right side of Jamie Veal down the front straightaway. Give that spot to Casey Kane. Kane now up to 6. Still needs 2 more positions. Needs to catch up to Ryan Burnell and the 121 of Caden Steele, who is to the inside of PPM for third off of turn 4.
Caden Steele took a shot to the inside of PPM, nothing doing there as Casey Kane's got his spurs on in car number 9 around the outside, trying to rope in Ryan Bernal. Keep your eye on car number 9.
Casey Kane coming to life here late in this one. Halfway signal that time by for Justin Sanders, your race leader, with nearly a straightaway lead over the second place car of Caleb Henry. Burnell now catching up to Caden Steele. Steele a little bit sideways off the corner right there. Casey Kane is up into the 5th spot, now 1 shy of a transfer.
Casey Kane up on the wheel in car number 9, and Caden Steele has no idea.
Casey Kane to the outside in turn 1 has made his last 3 passes right there in that position. Gets to the back bumper of Caden Steele down the back straightaway. Still plenty of time for Kane to put the move on the youngster, the NARC Rookie of the Year contender down the front straightaway. 4 laps to go.
4 laps to go, and Casey Kane's trying to make something work in turns 1 and 2. Steele losing a little bit of momentum off of turn number 2. Here comes Casey to the outside. He still plugs it up top in turns 3 and 4.
Casey Kane firing on all cylinders right now in this B main event. Caden Steele now hits the middle right there, kind of missed the bottom. Casey Kane to the outside, takes the spot away. Casey Kane around the outside, takes the final transfer down the back straightaway.
This is about as good as we've seen Casey Kane look in a while in a 410 sprint car. He's making moves, not faking moves, as Bobby Gerald would say.
Casey Kane 8th to 4th, and he's not done there. Now challenging the other number 9 car. That's the 9P of Parker Price Miller. White flag is in the air. Casey Kane is not done yet, as Justin Sanders has almost a half-track lead on the rest of the field, Brad.
Last time by, nearly 6 seconds to lead as he's going to come off of turn number 4. Sanders is going to win the B, but we're going to keep our eye on the race for third.
Down into turns 3 and 4 is going to be Caleb Henry with 2nd, 3rd to PPM, and 4th goes to Casey Kane. A fantastic job to get from 8th into a transfer spot around the outside of several drivers there. But it's all about that guy right there, Justin Sanders. A dominating B main event win, getting the job done by 5.8 seconds at the line over Caleb Henry, Parker Price Miller, and Casey Kane. Those are your 4 transfers. Caden Steele, Bud Kading, Ryan Burnell, Jamie Veal, Nick Parker, Zeb Wise. And then behind them, Justin Cox, Sean Becker, Joey Ancona, Mariah Eade, and Dawson Faria, the field in that B feature. Thunderbowl Raceway. We got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed. Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green.
Down the front straightaway, stellar start by Brad Sweet in turn 1 of Rico Abreu. Here comes quick work out of Kyle Larson, but Dylan Bloomfield challenging Rico Abreu chase.
Bloomfield has all 8 candles lit under the hood of that 83V car, makes his way to the 2nd spot, slides in front of the former Trophy Cup champion, takes 2nd for a moment with Abreu back to the inside, and we've got a caution. And it looks like laps to go to be exact. Brad Sweet and Rico Abreu from the front row. Here we go off the 4th corner of the chalk stripe, but we're underway once again.
Another good start by Brad Sweet. Rico going to take the line away from Bloomfield into turn 1, slip of the grip. And here comes Corey Day along with Kyle Larson. Bloomfield is 2nd chase. That 83V car's look spectacular tonight.
Yeah, Bloomfield into the 2nd position, slides up to the cushion, tags it off at turn number 4, and tries to pull away from Rico Abreu. Abreu's right in his back pocket to work back into turn number 1. Bloomfield goes to the bottom, Abreu to the top. Meanwhile, Brad Sweet pulling away with the race lead.
The racetrack tonight is definitely giving some Trophy Cup vibes. You can really diamond it big time in turns 1 and 2. Rip the lip in turns 3 and 4 as Brad Sweet starts to check out.
Brad Sweet, the last time by, enjoying a 1.2 second lead over the 83 car of Dylan Bloomfield. Here comes Kyle Larson. Has the right rear drilled into the cushion off of turn number 2, and he's on the back bumper of Corey Day. Now tries to float the middle. The 57 of Kyle Larson Up to the 4th spot. No, he's not. Corey Day, they may have gotten together right there down the front straightaway.
A little tap to Hoosiers. Kyle Larson found the gate on the front straightaway. Does not slow him down. He's knocking on the door for Corey Day. It's like Oskaloosa all over again.
Yes, it absolutely is. Corey Day in that 4th spot. Kyle Larson pulls up next to him down the front straightaway. Going to take it away to turn number 1. Kyle Larson up to 4th and looking for his 6th sprint car win in a row. Corey Day back to the inside down the back straightaway. Takes it right back away.
The true Tulare diamond move in turns 1 and 2 is starting to come into play here tonight as Corey Day is using full effect as we're a few laps away from lap traffic, Chase.
Avery now stepped the 24 car up to the top of the racetrack in his pursuit. The 83V car of Dylan Bloomfield. Brad Sweet on the same straightaway as lap traffic. Still a long ways to go. 29 laps to go, and Sweet's going to encounter traffic within the next 3 laps.
Traffic in the view of Brad Sweet as Rico Avery's getting familiar once again with the concrete Tulare. A super slider turn 3-4. He's going to park Bloomfield. Bloomfield's upside down, collects Corey Day.
And Larson. Day kept going. How did they both keep going? What just happened? Red flag. What is the red for? They're still going.
Bloomfield flip. Corey Day gets into him, refires the 83V. Larson stops, but Day drove away.
Have you ever? Dylan Bloomfield just brought out the red flag and then drove away from the accident. That I've never seen that in a sprint car before. Flipped over, collects Corey Day. They both keep going. Kyle Larson, really the only driver in that incident, Brad, that actually stopped, spun out trying to avoid. Wow. Bloomfield hooked the cushion right there and was along for the ride after that.
Oh, that's going to be on Flow Top 5 next week.
Oh, my, it has to be. We should have said, hello, YouTube, as soon as that happened. You'll definitely see that on the top 5 moments from Flow, I'm sure.
So safety crew talking to Dylan Bloomfield on the front straightaway. They are...
Kyle Larson, James McFadden, Cole Macedo, and Tyler Courtney back to the restart zone. We are underway.
Rico trying to get a run on the curb and down the front straightaway. He's going to rip the lip through turns 1 and 2. Does Rico have anything for Brad Sweet?
Brad Sweet looked good off the bottom right there in turns 1 and 2. Kyle Larson makes it by the 83 car of James McFadden. Now looks underneath the Avery car upside down into the wall in turn 4. It is Spencer Baston.
Seen a bunch of cars make contact. Your Durst Heisch roller, Brandon Crouch, also involved.
Corey Eliason also got a piece of that. The tail... Coming back to the restart. We are underway. Brad Sweet leads him back down.
Another great restart by Brad Sweet. I think absolutely takes off on the restarts. Rico's going to bang the board off at turn number 2, try to get a run, but he leaves the door for Larson to get a run down the back chute.
Top of the racetrack at turns 1 and 2 does not look like the place to be right now as Abreu gets into the cushion right there. You can see him turn the wheels to the left, car into the infield at turn 3. Caution is out for the 26 of Zeb Wise.
Him and Justin Sanders made contact. Sanders' car lane a little to the right. Not sure if there's, this is the ball.
All right, let's see what happens. We're going back to the green. 29 laps to go for Thursday Night Thunderbowl.
Sweet downstairs. Rico's going to pound the curb through turns 1 and 2. Gets a run off of turn number 2. Your race is going to be for the lead here momentarily.
It certainly is. Now Brad Sweet goes to the top in turns 3 and 4. Kyle Larson going to try and tiptoe downstairs. He's going to take the second spot away at the line. Yes, he does. Kyle Larson's up to second, getting by Rico Abreu off at turn number 4.
He's kind of got to check Rico in turn number 1. Rico got to get on the brakes. All of a sudden, here comes J-Mac out of nowhere.
McFadden into the second spot, getting by Kyle Larson. James McFadden on the very inside of the racetrack, making it work right now in the Roth Enterprises number 83.
J-Mac getting rolling and good timing too. Is then Sharisa Roth, if they're not here, they're watching on Flow. Larson's trying to answer the call back on the outside, but J-Mac's got the bottom working.
James McFadden, very good on the inside of the speedway early on in this race at the Thunderbowl Raceway. Kyle Larson runs in third, fourth as Rico Abreu. Fifth right now is Tyler Courtney. You can tell that McFadden might be closing it slightly on the 49 car Brad Sweet, but Kyle Larson not going away easy.
McFadden tiptoes around the bottom side of the racetrack. Larson's getting familiar once again with the curb at the Thunderbowl. Side by side, momentarily down the front straightaway. Again, Chase, they are both roping in Brad Sweet right now.
They definitely look like they're catching up. Kyle Larson back to the right rear of James McFadden. Down the back straightaway. Kyle Larson drills the right rear into the cushion off of turn number 4. He's got the second spot back and now begins his pursuit of the big cat down into turn 1.
We've been promoting all week on social media the family feud of the 2013 Trophy Cup between Sweet and Larson. It's replay mode here at the Thunderbowl, and Sweet smokes the curb in turn number 3 a little bit, Chase.
Race traffic right up the road for your race leaders. All those cars are on the inside, though, and Brad Sweet's been running the bottom in 1 and 2. He's going to have to go to the top when he gets to the back of the field. Kyle Larson behind him down the back straight, about 8 car lengths separate the top 2, and McFadden really not far out of this picture as well, Brad.
McFadden being patiently aggressive on the bottom as Sweet now goes to the top for the first time in turns 1 and 2. He's going to test the waters, a kiss to the curb. He spins the tires a little bit, but not close enough for McFadden to make something happen. They are both still roping him in, though, Chase.
McFadden's back into the second spot, getting by Kyle Larson. Car off the pace down the front stretch at Dominic Selzy. We're going to have to go caution for the red line oil number 41 car. Yellow flag is out for Dominic Selzy. Was running at the 18th position at the time.
And Chase thinks, so we'll kind of keep that in mind as this goes.
We'll keep one eye on the battle for the lead, one eye on the 14 car of Corey Day, who's up to 12 from the work area as we go back to the green flag. Kyle Larson with a good start, looking underneath of James McFadden. McFadden with a run to the outside and is going to try and challenge Brad Sweet for the race lead down the backstretch.
McFadden's going to duck down low, Sweet to the outside. Rico definitely struggled on the restarts, kind of held up the outside line as Larson's going to try to power around McFadden. Can't do it off of 4.
Brad Sweet to the bottom in turn 1. McFadden going to go to the outside of the racetrack in the Roth Enterprises number 83 car. Now Rico Abreu battling with the 7BC of Tyler Courtney down the back straightaway. Tyler Courtney looking for 4th into turn 3 underneath the 24 car.
Rico kind of struggling right now in the midpoint of this race as he opens the door for Sunshine. Move Tyler Courtney up to P4 as Larson's got the top working again in car number 57, trying to track down Brad Sweet.
You can tell Larson's getting a little bit more aggressive with the cushion on turn number 2. He's getting a little bit more comfortable with it down there, and I think he might be able to reel in the 49 car of Brad Sweet. That time by Sweet, a 16.179. Larson, a 16.455. But you can tell right there in turn 2, Kyle Larson makes up some ground on the 49 car.
Larson's going to shut the door on McFadden as we look back to the race for 4th. Rico absolutely murdered the wall last time about turn 4. McFadden clips the berm. Here comes Rico and Sunshine.
Wow, McFadden, I don't know how that car didn't get upside down. Was up on the right rear doing the pogo stick right there, and Rico Abreu's going to move by him on the outside into the 3rd spot. It's a close call for McFadden. He's lucky to be even going in this race still. Falls back into 4th.
Patiently aggressive. Go back to that again for McFadden. Now he's going to have to gather his marbles back in. Here comes Cole Macedo out of nowhere. He blasts around Sunshine Tyler Courtney.
Cole Macedo into the top 5. The last time by Kyle Larson was 0.3 of a second faster than your race leader, Brad Sweet. Sweet around the outside in 1 and 2. Goes back to the bottom in 1 and, or back, sorry, the top in 3 and 4, bottom in 1 and 2. And he's still got a long ways until the traffic, Brad, so he's got some time to try and think about what he wants to do here.
Sweet upstairs, just kind of biding his time around the curb here at the Thunderbowl Raceway, rather. We look back, a tip of the cap. Chris Windham runs inside the top 10 right now, Chase. A good run this season for him.
Windham around the bottom now into the top 10. He's up into the 9th position, working on Brent Marks for 8th. And Corey Day now gets by Windham, gets by Marks. Corey Day is up to 8th from the work area.
Corey Day is absolutely trucking in car number 14 as traffic is starting to creep into the picture once again for Brad Sweet. Here comes Larson, a run off of turn number 2. Larson absolutely dogging Brad Sweet now.
Kyle Larson absolutely beating down the curb here at the Thunderbowl Raceway. Now within 2 car lengths of the number 49 car back into turn number 1. Rico Abreu runs in 3rd, but Kyle Larson has the cushion wired off of turn 2 to the outside. Battle for the lead at the Thunderbowl Raceway. Brad Sweet goes to the top. Traffic up ahead of him. What's going to happen here? We've got 11 laps to go this time by.
Larson definitely tapped to the brake pedal, a deep breath, kind of gathers it back in, just going to bide his time. He knows he has the car to keep with Sweet. He's going to be patient, not make any mistakes as Sweet has to back his corner up, floats it through the middle. He's going to scrub speed. Here comes Kyle Larson.
Larson down the front straight within a car length as Dylan Bloomfield switched the lineup. Now he goes to the bottom. That opens up the top. Here comes Kyle Larson to the outside. Takes the lead away. Kyle Larson to the top spot on lap number 25. But Brad Sweet right back to the inside. Slides in front of him. Great stuff at the front of the field of the Thunderbowl.
Sweet's going to slide him, tack the curb. He will not go gentle till the good night. Sweet's going to stay true to the bottom. Larson's going to bang the wall in turns 1 and 2. Around the outside, Kyle Larson. Larson to the top spot.
Larson takes it back away, and he's still got traffic up the road. Brad Sweet tries to diamond it off the corner, but Kyle Larson pulls away down the front straightaway, looking for his 6th sprint car win in a row. But Brad Sweet, as you mentioned, not going to go away quietly, right back to the outside in turn 2.
While these two kind of jucking and jiving through traffic, Rico's starting to rope him back in. Now a lap car separates Larson and Sweet. Henry's going to pound the curb. The lap car in between him as Larson's got thick lap traffic. His teammate right in front of him.
Larson's going to have to make a move here to get by Jock Goodyear, but
Shane Golobic just tagged the wall, him and Corey Day.
Corey Day with a flat right rear, and Golobic looking the wrong direction off the 4th corner. They were running 7th and 8th at the time.
I caught the end of it, Chase. I want to say Golobic and maybe Tyler Courtney might have got together in turn number 4, and Corey Day nowhere to go.
So Corey Day right rear absolutely destroyed on that car, and you could tell that there is front end damage on the Matt Wood Racing 17W for Shane Golobic.
Right then, Courtney, not sure if he was involved, but it kind of looked like he was. They were running 6th, 7th, and 8th. Courtney, Golobic, and Corey Day.
Going to be about his 6th sprint car win in a row. Can he do it? We're about to find out. We're back to green at the Thunderbowl.
Back to action here at the Thunderbowl Raceway. Larson with a great start over Sweet. Here comes Rico trying to make something happen around the outside of Sweet. Sweet a little crossed up. Here comes Rico.
Abreu into the P2 position as Brad Sweet got a little bit sideways in the center of turns 1 and 2. Loses that position to Rico. Sweet back into 3rd, and here comes Tyler Courtney off the bottom, challenging Cole Macedo and James McFadden for 4th.
Macedo looks to the outside of McFadden. He's going to rip the lip through turns 1 and 2. McFadden with the run, side by side down the back straightaway. Give the nod to Macedo up to P4, and here comes Sunshine.
Cole Macedo with an impressive run right now, up into the 4th position, and looking at Brad Sweet now for 3rd, but McFadden gets back around on the outside, takes the spot back away. Great 3-car battle for that 4th spot. McFadden, Macedo, and Courtney all over the racetrack here at the Thunderbowl.
Meanwhile, up front, a 2.5 lead the last time by for Larson as we click off lap number 31. 31 down, 4 to go. 1.7 second lead for Kyle Larson.
Larson, last time he was here, was standing in World of Outlaws victory lane. He's a handful of laps away from doing it again here tonight with Highland Racing for $25,000. Down the front straightaway, Abreu too far behind. 2 seconds is the gap between the 57 and the 24.
Rico's trying his hardest in car number 24, just a little too tight on the curb to really make up 80 grand. He can't really hustle it. As soon as I say that, Larson kind of tripped up on the curb and keeps on trucking.
Kyle Larson 2 laps away. It does not look like the traffic will interrupt his progress right now. Everybody mainly on the top side of the racetrack here late in this race as they come to the white flag this time by. Kyle Larson into the lap traffic, sees the white flag, 1 to go. Larson hooks the cushion in turn 1. No harm, no foul. Abreu, 2.5 seconds behind. 3 and 4 for the final time. It will be 6 sprint car wins in a row. Kyle Larson wins at the Thunderbowl. Rico Abreu 2nd. 3rd goes to Brad Sweet. 4th is James McFadden. And 5th will be Cole Macedo at the line. Kyle Larson gets the win in car number 57. Started back in the 5th position, makes his way forward. Rico Abreu 2nd. 3rd goes to Brad Sweet. 4th to the 83 of James McFadden. 5th, the number 21 of Cole Macedo. 6th with the 7 BC of Tyler Courtney. 7th to 19 of Brent Marks. 8th to 26 of Zeb Wise. 9th to 55 Chris Wyndham. And 10th, 9P Parker Price Miller. Behind them, DJ Neto, Justin Peck, Tanner Carrick, Brenham Crouch, and Casey Kane, the top 15. Jock Goodyear, Dylan Bloomfield, Caleb Henry, Shane Golobic, Corey Day, 11th through 20th. And behind them, Dominic Scelzi, Tanner Thorson, Spencer Baston, Corey Eliason, Justin Sanders, and Landon Brooks. Kyle Larson on the scales, and he has cleared the scales and makes his way now to Whiskey Myers victory lane. 6 sprint car races in a row, dating back to Peebly, Missouri, Oskaloosa, Iowa, 2 nights at Knoxville. Here he is, Thunderbowl, Kyle Larson, your winner. He'll climb off the front of the Silva Motorsports number 57 and make his way towards the podium on the front straightaway. He'll have a word with Tony Laporta here momentarily. Rico Abreu, second. Brad Sweet, third, will also get a word with Tony Laporta. But Kyle Larson, last time he was here, it was World of Outlaws Victory Lane. Before that, it was Trophy Cup Victory Lane. And now he has done it with High Limit Racing. Makes his way through the gate. He can hear you now, race fans. Kyle Larson making his way towards the podium. Tony, take it away.
Kyle Larson will jump up here on the top of the podium. I'm going to try to climb up there with him. It's a big step. Kyle Larson, how about it, Thunderbowl Raceway? He can hear you. How about it? He's your winner. It looked like you had a second gear in that number 57 race car when you were slamming off the wall over in turn number 2. I want to know, I think these people want to know, what is it like to bounce off the concrete here in Tulare?
It doesn't get much better. So I love this place, especially when it's like that. It's been, I don't get to race here much. I've only raced here a few times in the last decade, but even before that, I don't remember being able to run the wall like that off of 2. Usually you kind of got to work the diamond, but the dirt that we were spraying up early at night kind of packed against the wall, and typical Tulare, it kind of just ramps up, and you can just lay your cushion against it and kind of slingshot off it a couple different ways. So Brad was really good though early, and kind of stretched. James was really good around the bottom, and I couldn't do that, so I just kind of had to hammer the top, and Brad pulled away, and then I started like inching towards him, and I could get good enough runs down the back where I was like, maybe I could slide him, but I felt like I was too far back, and I just didn't want to show my nose and have him move up earlier before we got to traffic and kind of get wound up. So it's just tough sometimes being a leader. He could obviously feel the pressure. I got by him a little bit there once, and he got kind of impatient and ended up falling back down to the bottom. I ripped the wall really hard that one time and got by, and the caution came out right after because I was getting ready to get stuck again in traffic. So just super technical. Both ends were way different. That end you had to run super hard, and then this end you had to like tiptoe on entry. So I like the technical technique that it takes to get around here, and yeah, it's just an awesome place.
You guys have no telemetry in your race car. You don't know that you're reeling in Brad. So from the naked eye, behind the wheel of that Paul Silva number 57, when you start getting green flag laps and you start being able to reel in Brad, how easy is it to tell that from the driver's seat? Do you know that what you're doing is working? Obviously it did, but do you ever have that thought, oh, I don't know, maybe I need to switch things up?
Yeah, well, I did. I got back by James after that restart, and he was so good around the bottom. I was like, well, and Brad, I don't think knew that he was coming, tiptoeing around there. So I was like, well, maybe I can try it. Maybe I'll figure it out, and I can catch Brad off guard. But I tried it one time in 3 and 4. I was like, yeah, I got to get back to the top, just get wound up. And about then, that's when I started kind of taking a couple car lengths a lap away, and it just timed out right for traffic. So a lot of fun there. But cool to be, I don't know, 6 in a row, I guess, now in the sprint car, back to 2020, 2021 form, just a little bit late into my year, but huge thank you to Paul Silva. We had the Finley Farms guys here tonight, Kevin Kozlowski, Flow Racing, Fulton Brothers Trucking, Durst, HendrickCars.com, Glenn Stiers, JVI, everybody that's a part of this team, all of Paul's product sponsors as well. He's got a great team and a great team of people that back him.
On Wing Nation after the Knoxville Nationals, his 3rd Knoxville Nationals win last week. You told Steve Post on Wing Nation that when the car's working well, you and Paul really don't talk that much. So I imagine when you go back to the pit area tonight, you're not going to have much to say to him.
No, usually just when you're good, you just say good, and that's about it. But